Welcome back to your Friday edition of Humber News. I'm Michelle Halim. Let's turn to sports with Darina Sarhan.
Thanks, Michelle. The Golden State Warriors came to town last night, but they lost the war against the Raptors. The Raptors welcomed the two-time defending champs Golden State. Many call this the NBA Finals preview as both teams are favored to win the conferences. Despite Kevin Durant scoring a game-high 51 points, the Raptors prevailed to win 131-128 in overtime. Kawhi led the way with a team-high 37 points. Pascal Siakam had himself a game as well as he scored a career-high 26 points. The Raptors are back in action tomorrow night in Cleveland. Moving on to hockey, the clock is ticking on William Nylander and the Toronto Maple Leafs. They have until 5 p.m. tomorrow to agree on a contract or else Nylander will be forced to sit out the entire season. Leafs coach Mike Babcock is confident that they can come to an agreement by the deadline.
He's going to be here, and we think Willie's going to be here for a long time. We think he's going to be a career Leaf. That's what we think.
The Leafs are in action tomorrow night in Minnesota, hopefully with Nylander on the team. Staying on the ice, the Sabres were struck by lightning last night. Buffalo went into Tampa Bay with a 10-game win streak, hoping to get 11 for a new franchise record. Jack Eichel's 2 points weren't enough to keep the streak alive. Cedric Paquette's game-winning goal in the third was the final lightning strike. Buffalo is looking to start a new winning streak tonight against the Panthers. Moving to soccer, the second leg of the semi-final was played in the MLS playoffs last night, deciding the matchup for the MLS Cup. In the Eastern Conference Final, Atlanta United lost 1-0 in the New York Red Bulls, but still qualify for the final as they won 3-1 on aggregate. In the West Final, the Portland Timbers defeated Sporting KC in what was a very close game. The Timbers held on to win 4-2 and will visit Atlanta for the championship. The game will be played on December 12 at 8 p.m. In football news, the Dallas Cowboys upset the New Orleans Saints 13-10 yesterday for their fourth straight win. This one was a defensive game with both teams being unable to put up any points in the fourth quarter. Zeke was fed last night as he had 136 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown. Dak Prescott also threw for 248 yards and 1 touchdown. The Cowboys now sit above the Washington Redskins and the rest of the NFC East, 7 wins and 5 losses. That's your sports update for Friday. Now here's Omer Farouk Khan with your 3-day forecast.
Thanks, Dina. As November ends, the holiday season begins. There are periods of light snow or rain ending this afternoon at 3 degrees. It will be cloudy throughout the night with a low of -1. December will start off with rain all day tomorrow with a high of 3 and a low of 2. This weekend will be ending warm and pleasantly with a 60% chance of rain with a high of 12 and a low of 1. So you may want to make the best of this weekend before we face heavy snowfall again. That's all for your 3-day forecast. Now back to Michelle in the studio.
Thanks, Umair. We leave you today with this. Places all around Europe are getting ready for the holiday season. Christmas has come to Windsor Castle with 2 glittering trees on display for visitors. It's near London and is one of the Queen's official residences. The larger of the trees is a 23-foot tall Nordman fir. It's covered in gold ornaments with almost 7,000 twinkling lights. The smaller, yet still large, 15-foot Christmas tree is decorated with red and purple ornaments. It has only 3,000 lights. And speaking of lights, the holiday spirit's also in the air in Paris. Iconic sites and streets in the City of Lights have been decked out for the holidays. Every year, around 150 streets in Paris are lit up during the festive period with millions of lights. On the Champs-Élysées and the Rue Montagne, tourists and locals start their Christmas shopping. In an effort to honor environmental targets, Paris has opted for their ultra-energy efficient LED lights this year. Lavishly illuminating the Champs-Élysées this year will cost the equivalent of the electricity bill for just 2 Parisian households. A lovely sight. That's all for today. Humber News is written and produced by students in the journalism program. Our technical crew are students from the broadcast, TV, and videography program. I'm Michelle Halim. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.